Good morning, everyone. Today we want to talk some more about God's healing for us and for all the world, and especially think about the world and how it is healing. First, let's remember that even just breathing in and out can be healing. So take a deep breath with me wherever you are and let calm and peace and fresh air fill you as you remember that God is with us wherever we are. I feel a little bit better and a little bit more whole already. Today we're talking about what it means to restore something. No, that doesn't mean to bring it back to the store or to store it someplace again. It means for something to go back to its former condition, usually a better condition, a healthier condition. But I also want to think about the world around us and how it might have been restored over the past year. It's easy to see all the negative things that have happened, all the sadness, all the losses, all the ways we couldn't go out and visit and be with friends and neighbors and family that live far away. But we also saw in the last year that the earth, that nature, was able to restore a little bit. It was able to go back a little to a healthier way of being. Let me give you some examples. Fewer cars on the road as people stayed home and didn't go to work as much but worked from within their own houses or apartments. Fewer cars on the road meant less use of gas, which we might run out of, so we want to make sure we use that wisely. It meant less pollution, less of the smoke that comes out of the cars going into the air and clogging up the air so that it was safer to breathe. It meant also less of that pollution, that dirt and grit getting into water, so there was more clean water for plants and animals and people too. Fewer boats in harbors and going back and forth across the spaces meant more space for fish and dolphins and whales and all kinds of sea creatures to explore places maybe they hadn't seen in a while. Places maybe it hadn't been safe or clean for them to be in for a while. Less noise and rushing and machines going meant more opportunity to hear birds and crickets, the music that nature makes. And people were able to restore our connection to nature a little bit by being outside, making sure we were taking walks or enjoying the outdoor spaces where it was a little bit more safe because there's lots and lots of fresh air. So it's easier to find good air to breathe outside and reconnecting a little bit with nature. I want to invite you to find something, especially now as it starts warming up a little bit outside, to find something from nature and place it somewhere that you can see it. If it's something you can bring in the house, then that's okay. You could place something on a windowsill or near your bed. Or maybe it's a larger rock that you want to place outside, but where you can see it from your window, or something on the outside windowsill if it's a little too muddy to bring inside. But you might find a really neat rock. I love to collect neat rocks. Or a stick or piece of wood that is uniquely shaped and a little bit different. Or a leaf. This one dried in a really interesting shape and pattern, so I like that. Or maybe you have something that's part of nature but that already lives inside, like a house plant, and reminds us of the things that grow and breathe outside. And we can put these things near us to help us remember that we're part of nature, that we're connected to the world around us, to plants and animals, to the trees, to the water, to the clean air that all of us need. Help us remember that we're connected to each other and to all the world, all living things, all non-living things on the earth. And as we come out of this time of people being sick and being afraid of getting sick, this time of being kept apart from one another, we can begin to restore our connections, restore the ways we spend time together and with the earth. Let's make sure that as we restore these things, we do it in a good way. We do it in a way that continues to see how beautiful, how important, how sacred, that is loved by God and holy in God's eyes. The world, the earth, all its peoples, all its creatures, all its non-living things, its rocks, and its riverbeds, all of the world is sacred to God and is important for us to take care of and protect. So as we restore our connection, our relationship to each other, and our relationship to the earth, let's do so in ways that remind us we are always connected and that every part is needed. I hope something from nature might remind you that you're part of nature too, as we are restored together. Will you pray with me? God, thank you for all the world, all the universe that somehow or other takes its life, its very being from you. We thank you for that, and we thank you that we are a part of it. Remind us, restore us to our part in nature and in the world, taking care of the world and of each other, as you would have us do. Amen.